Hi everyone, my name is Megan and I have made mistakes. So this will hopefully be my May TBR, and I'm going to film a clip now and a clip when I get back from my holiday so that I can put these books away now and not think about them for a very long time, because I have regrets. And then when I get back from my holiday, I'm sure I will have an equally large number of books to haul because I want American editions of so many books. So Orbit had a sale on the 4th of May for like Star Wars Day, and I got this massive, truly mahoosive box delivered. So I'm going to put this on the floor and I'm going to quickly go through all the books I got with very little knowledge about what any of them are because I have no self-control. So I have looked through these already because I wanted to see how floppy all of them were because that's important to me. First, I got Wild and Wicked Things by Francesca, which is stunning, beautifully foiled. I've heard really great things about this book. 1920s decadence and excess, Francesca May's irresistible debut weaves a dazzling tale of dark magic, romance and murder. So I got it. I also got The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winters. It's not as floppy as I wanted it to be, but it's not super stiff. And this is a world caught in an eternal war. One young man will become his people's only hope for survival. Game of Thrones meets Gladiator. And I know people really love this. I don't really need any more adult epic high fantasy series that I haven't started, but I could not resist. In a similar vein to that one, which this is actually really floppy, we have Promise of Blood by Brian Mckellen. This is the first book in the Powder Mage trilogy, I want to say. Is that right? Yeah, Powder Mage trilogy. Perfect. It's a bloody business overthrowing a king, but amid the chaos, a whispered rumour is spreading. A rumour of broken promise, omens of death, and the gods returning to walk the earth. Surely nobody really believes those old legends. Perhaps they should. I've heard, I think, good things. I don't remember. Then we have The Last Smile in Sunder City. This is by Luke Arnold, who is in Black Sails. And I recently found out he's also an author because he was talking about, I think, Alex E. Harrow. And I was like, yeah, we started Alex E. Harrow fan. So I thought I'd give his book a go. And I do really like the cover. I'm Fetch Phillips, just like it says on the window. There are 3 things you should know before you hire me. Sobriety costs extra, my services are confidential, and I don't work for humans. It's nothing personal, I'm human myself. But after what happened, it's not the humans who need my help. I just want one real case, one chance to do something good, because it's my fault the magic is never coming back. Intriguing. And yet again, nice and floppy. Gotta love Orbit for its floppy paperbacks. Okay, next we have Avadon's Gate by James S.A. Corey. I have read The Expanse and I own Caliban's War, and I had to restrain myself from buying the entire series because what if I don't like Caliban's War? But I figured it's worth having book 3. So The Expanse is a sci-fi. This is book 3. I have no idea what happens in book 2, so I don't have anything to say about this one. Next we have Into the Drowning Deep by Myra Grant. Myra Grant is also Shauna Maguire, who I love. She wrote one of my favourite books of all time, Middle Game, obsessed. And this is, I think, a mermaid book. 7 years ago, the Atargatis set off on a voyage to the Mariana Trench to film a mockumentary bringing to life ancient sea creatures of legend. It was lost at sea with all hands. Some have called it a tragedy, others have called it a hoax. Now a new crew has been assembled to investigate, and they'll discover that whatever is down there is definitely no joke. And I'm intrigued about Shauna Maguire's slightly horror-ish offerings. Next we have another book one in an epic fantasy sci-fi series. We have The Kings of the Wild by Nicolas Eames, which is Glory Never Gets Old. Clay Cooper and his band wants the best of the best, the most feared and renowned crew of mercenaries this side of the Heartwild. Their glory days long past, the Mercs have grown apart and grown old, fat or drunk, or a combination of the 3. Then an ex-bandmate turns up at Clay's door with a plea for help, the kind of mission that only the very brave or very stupid would sign up for. It's time to get the band back together. Seems like fun. Next we have The Future of Another Timeline. This is by Annalee Newitt, and it is a breathtakingly original novel from Annalee Newitt, founding editor of IO9, about the lengths we'll go to make history. In a world that's just a step away from our own, time travel is possible, but war is brewing. A secret group is trying to destroy women's rights. If they succeed, only a small elite will have the power to shape the past, present and future. Smart, nuanced, exciting and unsettling. I was intrigued. Then we have The Wolf in the Whale by Jordana Max Brodsky. The cover pulled me in for this one, I'm not gonna lie. There's a very old story, rarely told, of a wolf that runs into the ocean and becomes a whale. Okay. Blending myth and magic from Norse and Inuit folklore, The Wolf in the Whale is a captivating tale of identity and survival featuring an unforgettable narrator who will do anything to protect those she loves. I have nothing else to say. Okay, so next we have The Wolf of Aaron Yarrow by K.S. Veloso. And this is, I think, part of the Chronicles of the Bitch Queen series, which I I bought it based on that alone. And they call me the bitch queen, the she-wolf, because I murdered a man and exiled my king the night before they crowned me. Alright, sure. Next, this is so chunky. We have The Shadow of What Was Lost by James Islington. This is, oh wow. There's no information on the back of this. As destiny calls, a journey begins. With its vibrant setting and grand scope, The Shadow of What Was Lost marks the debut of a major new talent in epic fantasy. Is there a summary in the inside? No. That's so funny. Okay, got no clue what this is about. I can't tell you. But again, beautifully floppy. Okay, next we have one that I just saw as I was scrolling and I did not think it was going to be this big. This is the 1000 Deaths of Ardaben, which is book 1 in the Kingdom of Grit series by Tyler Whitesides. I was about to say it was by Liar Thief Legends because that's where I expected the author name to be. Love that for me. Start of an epic fantasy trilogy that begins with a heist and quickly explodes into a full tilt last-ditch plan to save humanity. I saw it was about a heist and was like, I give this one a go. And then I got Empire of Sand and Realm of Ash by Tasha Suri because I read The Jasmine Throne last year and I really enjoyed it and thought I wanted to read more from her. I think Empire of Sand is book 1 in the Books of Amber, right? I'm gonna go with yes. Yeah, because it's from debut author Tasha Suri, so if this was book 1, she would no longer be a debut. Fantastic. Darkly intricate, devastating and utterly original story about the ways we are bound by those we love. I've heard good things about Tasha Suri's other works. Gonna give them a go. Next we have A Declaration on the Rights of Magicians and A Radical Act of Free Magic by H.G. Parry. This one is sadly not floppy and I'm actually really quite sad about it because this one is, but this one is also like £16 on Amazon, so I'm not going to say no to like a £4.50 copy of it. This is book 1 and book 2. Does the series have a name? The Shadow Histories Duology. Okay, so this is it. Fab. And it is a sweeping tale of revolution and wonder in a world not quite like our own. It's the Age of Enlightenment. Lots of historical things happening, but amid the upheaval there's an unknown force inciting violent conflict and it will require the combined efforts of revolutionaries, magicians and abolitionists to unmask this hidden enemy before the whole world falls into darkness and chaos. Impressively intricate fans of the magic and history of Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell will be delighted. Well, I'm reading that this month, so fingers crossed if I am delighted, I can move straight onto these. Finally, from my Orbit haul that has arrived so far, I have two pre-orders, but they won't be coming in this month, so there'll be nice surprises later on. I also ordered Jade War by Fonda Lee and Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee, books 2 and 3 in the Greenbone saga, and I'm really glad. I almost bought these in Waterstones the other day and neither of them were floppy. And both of these are floppy, so that has me excited. But yes, I haven't read Jade War. No, I haven't read Jade City yet, and now I own the series twice over. But it's fine because I will read them, and I would rather read paperback copies than my beautiful Illumicrate ones. And if I don't like them, then I won't have read the Illumicrate copies and can sell them on, and someone else can enjoy floppy paperbacks that have been read. But yeah, that is 18 of the 20 books I ordered from Orbit. I will check in with you in like 3 weeks when I'm back from my holiday. I have bought a ridiculous amount of other books. Okay gang, it's been a while. It's now time for part 2 of this absolutely ridiculous book haul. So this is split up into a couple of sections. We have a Barnes & Noble section, we have an indie bookstore section, we have a half price bookstore section, we have a book of the month section, and we have my Fairy Loot and Illumicrate section. So let's just jump in. Then I'm also just going to show you some other fun things I bought just because. Not books, I just feel like they're on brand and I should show you. Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. This is the Barnes & Noble section, by the way. I have the other 2 books of this in paperback because I think the American paperbacks look better, and yeah. Oh, this is a series about Londons. They're like full Londons and some people can travel through them because they have magic and things happen. And that's about all I feel like giving you right now. If you haven't heard of A Darker Shade of Magic, you should probably check it out. Okay, and then we have A Curious Beginning by Tiana Reborn. This is a historical mystery romance series that Katie from Katie Coulson is obsessed with, and ever since I saw it I really wanted it, and I hate the UK covers, so picked up book 1. If I like it, I'm gonna get my friends and family to slowly bring over the rest of the series for me because it's so expensive and difficult to find the American versions in the UK. Up next we have Twice Shy by Sarah Hoggle. I couldn't find the American edition of this book anywhere, which I bought You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hoggle from like Blackwell's in the American edition, so that was rude. But yeah, this is a book about a girl who finds out she's inherited her aunt's house, and then when she gets there she finds out she's only inherited half, and the other half is like owned by this grumpy neighbour guy who I think is the groundskeeper. And I'm just very excited to read this. I loved You Deserve Each Other, and I'm very excited to see where this one goes. And in a similar vein, we have Book Lovers by Emily Henry, which I also prefer the US covers of Emily Henry's books. Very sad that Illumicrate's editions are going to be the UK's. Like, that's disappointing. But yeah, this is about Nora, who works in publishing, and is it Charlie? Yeah, Charlie, who also works in publishing, but I think they work in different areas, and they kind of dislike each other, and then they don't anymore. And I'm excited to see what happens in this one, but I need to read Emily Henry's other book first. Like, I don't know why I decided Emily Henry is a favourite author when I've read Beetroot and nothing else, but it is what it is. My final Barnes & Noble book is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition of I Kiss Shara Wheeler by Casey McQuiston, which is their first YA book, and is about Chloe, who has a rival, Shara Wheeler, and then Shara kisses Chloe and then vanishes, and I think Chloe then starts looking for her, and I'm excited. I don't really need to know anything else. It was Casey McQuiston's newest release, so, and I really love the purple. Like, the spine is so pretty. Okay, next. What should I do next? I guess I'll do the indie bookstore next. The first book I got from the indie bookstore was Loveless by Alice Oseman. So I searched high and low for this book because I was getting it for someone for their birthday, and like everywhere was sold out, everywhere. And then show up to Elliot Bay Bookstore. Shout out to you, king shit. They had a massive stack of them, so I bought two, obviously. So yeah, Loveless by Alice Oseman is their book about, I think it's sort of like a coming of age story set at like uni age, of people discovering where they fall on the queer spectrum, and I'm excited about it. And it's such a beautiful cover, and I've not read I Was Born for this either, and that cover comes out soon, so I want to get my hands on that too. But like, isn't it gorgeous? Obsessed. And then because I picked up those two books, something in my brain was just unleashed, and I just went and picked up other things. So I got Comfort Me with Apples by Catherine and Valente. This is the tiniest little book, and it's $18. Insane. This, I don't really know what it's about, other than I was going to read it for Bookoplathon and then I didn't, so I might just do Bookoplathon in June during the 48-hour readathon for whatever-a-thon and see what happens. But all I know is Kayla from Books and Lala loves this, and it's weird. And that's pretty much all I need to know. So I'm gonna give it a go and hope I like it, because it was very expensive. And then I picked up Wake Siren, which is Ovid resung by Nina Mckellen, which was recommended by one of the booksellers on like a big wall they had. And I love a Greek retelling, and I love a feminist Greek retelling, and like, how cool is this cover? Like, you don't need to see my face, just see the cover. Yeah, so on the back, the thing that drew me in was Wake Siren lays bare the violence lurking in the heart of Ovid's narratives and breaks down these myths that help build and perpetuate a limiting portrayal of women across centuries of art and literature. Like, yeah, break down that shit. I'm here for that. So yeah, I'm very excited to see where this one goes. And finally, I picked up Docile by Km Sparrow, which is a dystopian book. It's a science fiction parable about love and sex, wealth and debt, abuse and power, a challenging tour de force that at turns seduces and startles. And I know Christy and Ro and Maddie all love this, and I'm very excited. And it's such a pretty pink. Like, it's such a pretty cover, considering I think it's going to be real fucked up. So hopefully I'll be reading this in June. Okay, so next we have the half price books. I bought so many books. So first we have Crave, and we have Covet by Tracy Wolf. This is book one. I don't know if this is book two. I think there's one in the middle, but they didn't have that one in the store, so I bought both of these, and I will pick up the other books as and when I need to. I don't know what these are about. I just know Liv from Live in Bookland is obsessed, and apparently there are dragons. I think it's like a paranormal urban fantasy kind of deal, and we all need a little bit of paranormal and urban fantasy in our lives. And that's literally all I've got. And they have pickled edges, which I'm excited about. Okay, and then I also picked up The Inheritance Games by Rachel Linvans, because I hate the UK covers of these. And my friend Delana, who I went to stay with in America, was raving about this and its sequel, so I grabbed this. This is like a YA mystery. Secret passages, elaborate riddles, billions at stake, let the games begin. Plus, I've seen some great quotes from the romance in this, so that's fun and I'm excited. Then I also got The Tale of Genji by Murasaki Shikibu, translated and abridged by Edward G. Seidensticker, which is just, I've been wanting to read more translated work, and it's also ancient fiction. It's from the 11th century, so yeah. I thought it was pretty cool, so I picked it up. I have no idea when I'll get to this. It's got some illustrations in it, which is fun. I feel like this will be a very slow read, but I'm excited. And then finally I picked up The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater because I slowly want to collect these books in hardcover, and this was the only one I managed to find in like the 3 or 4 half-price books stores that I went into. But 1 out of 4. Maybe every time I go over I'll find one, and then eventually I'll have a complete collection. So yeah, this is it my favourite in the series? I think maybe the 3rd one. I love Adam, and so when Adam gets like more stuff happening is when I like the books more. Anyway, it's not relevant. Okay, so The Dream Thieves is the 2nd book in the Raven Cycle series. The series almost defies explanation. It's about a group of teenagers who are trying to find a dead Welsh king, and there is magic and assassins and just like a lot going on, but it's really good and I really liked it. Yeah, okay, so my final America stack is my book of the month books that I slowly had shipped to my friend when she was supposed to visit and I was supposed to visit, and then COVID happened and I cancelled the subscription. Like it isn't a thing anymore, but yeah, we're just okay. We have Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore, which is a historical romance. It's from September 2019. A daring Oxford rebel takes on a powerful duke in a love story that threatens to upend the British social order. It looked fun, so I picked it. And then we have, the reason I got Book of the Month was because I wanted a hardcover of Red, White and Royal Blue, which is Casey McQuiston's debut novel about the first son of the American presidency and a prince in the English royal family falling in love and, you know, creating political scandals, and it's all a fun time until it's not, and then it is again, like most romance books. I really love this book and I'm very glad I have it in hardcover. And then I got Anna K by Jenny Lee, which is a YA retelling of Anna Karenina. Every happy teenage girl is the same, while every unhappy teenage girl is miserable in her own special way. I really feel like I should read Anna Karenina before I read this, but like Anna Karenina is daunting, man, so that's probably not going to happen. And then we have Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, which is from June 2020, and obviously when I trusted people's thoughts on Riley Sager, because Final Girls really, it's made me question a lot of you. So yeah, I'll probably be getting rid of this one without even bothering to read it, but maybe I'll give it a go. And then 2 that I have read, we have Beach Read by Emily Henry and Well Met by Jen DeLuca, which are 2 of my favourite romances. I love them and they bring me joy, and I'm very happy to have them in my possession now. And then the last 2 books are my BookBox books of the books that arrived while I was away, and then I watched other people's unboxings of them, so like it wasn't as excited as it normally is, like opening the boxes when I got home. But yeah, let me, if you're not interested in finding out what those are, then it was nice seeing you, but let me grab those now. So first from Fairy Loot we have the Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah, which is slightly differently coloured than the original. It has purple edges, it has pretty end pages and some foiling under the dust jacket. And this is inspired by stories from 1001 Nights. The Stardust Thief weaves the gripping tale of a legendary smuggler, cowardly prince, and a dangerous quest across the desert to find a magical lamp. That's fun. I'm excited for that. Then we have more pretty under the dust jacket art at the back. I could have done that so much easier. And then for Illuma Crate we have The Book of Night by Holly Black, which is her adult debut that I've not heard great things about. This cover is inverted. We have a block sprayed edge. We have some under the dust jacket art, and we have some foiling. And I have no idea what this is about. I just know it's Holly Black's adult debut, and so I was going to read it. I'm not gonna tell you what it's about, but I'm assuming it's going to be paranormal in some way, supernatural somehow. Yeah, okay, that's it. I had like 20 books from America. I had like 20 books before I went to America. I've had BookBox books since I came back, and now let me show you just like random crap that I've accumulated. So first I got the Why Am I Like This hat from Ulla Gartland, because I am obsessed with it since it was in Heartstopper, and when she announced the hat I was like, well, I must have this. And so I hate how I look in hats, but my skin also requires me to wear a hat if it's sunny, so not that it is today and not that it is inside my house, but yeah, this is where we're at. So I got that, and I also got some Bath and Body Works candles while I was away. Not that I don't have enough candles from Becca and Grace and Honey, but I love a good Bath and Body Works candle. So the first one I have here is Sugared Lemonade, which is very pretty, and it has like a cool like textured top of flowers, and it smells like so sweet and fresh and exactly what you would expect sugared lemonade to. It smells like a lemon drizzle cake. So good. We also have Force of Nature, which is champagne toast. And I don't know how to explain to you what this smells like, but it smells like fruity. But like also vaguely just like perfume, like ambiguously like perfume. Anyway, I really like it, and I think the jar is like really cool. It's like dragonflies. Next we have vanilla and peach tea, which is so nice. This one's sort of, you expect it to smell really sweet, but it sort of has a more subdued tone to it. And I think the tub for this one is also really cute, and this is a white barn rather than straight Bath and Body Works candle. Another white barn is the raspberries and whipped vanilla. Oh, this one. Oh, it smells like a raspberry muffin. It's so good. I can't imagine any of you are really here for this content, but I'm excited about my candles, guys, so apologies. And the final one I got was one of the like 4th of July specials. It's red, white and blue cake. Like, how garish is this? Anyway, it's basically just like a vanilla candle. But I don't know. I could have just bought a vanilla candle, but it was the same price as this one. And this one, at least I can take a picture with my red, white and royal blue book and be like, hey, it's red, white and blue. So the fragrance notes for this one are red raspberries, ripe blueberries, whipped vanilla cream, soft white cake with natural essential oils. Now I don't really get the fruit through, it does just smell like a vanilla cake, but I'm not mad at it. So yeah. Oh, fragrance notes for champagne toast: a bubbly champagne, sparkling berries, juicy tangerine, and with natural essential oils. Okay, so like fruity but with like the champagne cutting through. Yeah, it's so good. Anyway, that is my May 2022 haul, part 2. So hopefully I introduced this video with the first part of my massive haul of Orbit book, and now I can just try and not buy any books in June. Okay, well, this has been fun. Hope you liked it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you hopefully soon.